all these answers are, it's nice that they're all so kind of interrelated, because along the lines of what I was already saying, my answer was just going to be, yeah, like doing things, making choices with your actions and your words in your day-to-day life, consciously and intentionally, that fosters calm and contentment and peace. And then looking for ways and being open to ways that you can let that ripple out for the betterment of others, both human and non-human. Because if we can kind of ground ourselves and make it a goal to achieve that calm and contentment, I think that inevitably it is going to start to sort of have that ripple out effect.
Sort of like by example of what you're doing, hopefully someone will notice and be, impacted in a positive way by that.
Something that you can share,
Oh yeah.
willingly too.
There's this idea which I really like about, like, you want the world to be different, but first you have to sort of have a process where you dream about what that world might look like. And I think that this question kind of speaks to that, where we're all thinking about the world is this way and
right. Like, it's not enough to just be like, I hate the way that these things are. It's like, okay, well, then if that's where you leave it, then that's where you're stuck, right? And then the next step is, but can you dream of what a better story would look like? And then this next step from there is like, okay, well, then how can you embody that as best as you can in the framework you're given to see it be at least somewhat of a reality? Because one, it's gonna be better for your life and mental health and so forth. But two, you never know. Maybe it'll just end up having a butterfly effect, making a bigger impact.
It's like, why is it like this? Why can it be a different way? There's so many ways. There's got to be other ways to structure things. And then I recently heard about intentional communities, which sounds a little culty, but I don't think it is. It's some people who have gone out and chosen to live together in a community and chosen to do things differently. And then there's a whole bunch of different ones. And apparently there's like a website with a list of them, and you can go visit. And I was just like, that's really interesting, because they're trying to live a different way.
Strength in numbers.
Well, that's true, because I think some of them are probably doing a lot of some off-grid stuff, some other things. You need community to do these things, and you never hear about them. You never hear about these other ways, or people even like thinking about them in the society. You're like, oh, it's this way. And everyone's like, well, I'd like it to change. And then they leave it at that. Oh, we can't change it. That's how things are. That's how things always are. That's how that they're going to be in the future. That's how they've always been in the past. And you're like, and no. But how it's going to be in the future, we don't know that. Anyway, so that's what I feel like. That's why I like this question.